I edit these videos after my team clears on day 1 to help you guys out, so if this video does help you, make sure to drop a like, sub, and share the video down below. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's G Miners here, and in this video, we are going over how to complete the Warpriest boss fight and challenge in King's Fall for Destiny 2. The mechanics for this encounter are actually super simple. Split your team up evenly on the left, mid, and right sides, and then kill adds until each side has killed their Revenant Knight. Also, mid tends to be the easiest side to clear because the left and right sides do have tanky wizards that spawn, so we found it best to have somebody solo mid and the other player would just flex as needed. Once all Revenant Knights are dead, the plate in the middle will glow green. Step on this to start the glyph reading sequence and look at the front of the left and right obelisks. Obelisks are the giant rock pillars. One of these obelisks will glow white in the front, and only the player on the plate is going to be able to see this. If you don't see anything glowing, that means that the mid obelisk is glowing. After you know what is glowing first, step off of the center plate and then the glyph sequence starts. Whichever obelisk was glowing first is the first plate that must be stood on. Once one player is standing on this plate, they will now see one of the other two obelisks start to glow. They should stay on their plate, call that out, and then a player must stand on that next plate. And then obviously, since there is only 3 plates, just stand on the last one. Just as an example, in this clip, I stood on the plate to read first and nothing was glowing, so I knew that mid plate was first. I hopped off and then back on my own plate, and then I could see that the left was glowing, so I called that out, and once a player was on that plate, someone hopped on the right. This will start a damage phase, which is where there are more mechanics involved. Whoever steps on the third and final plate will be given the brand of the Initiate. This is a giant red aura, which players must be inside to do damage. This has 3 stacks and a timer. You will die and lose the aura if this timer runs out. To extend the timer, you must pass the brand. This will consume 1 stack and then give you another 15 seconds. To pass this, one player must kill a Blight Guard Knight and collect the brand claimer, just like in the totems encounter. Then jump back into the aura and claim it from the other player. It's as simple as that. Make sure to grab this when their timer is low, that way you can get the most time out of a damage phase, and also know that these Blight Guard Knights are going to spawn on sides of the arena where you did not step on the last plate. For example, if the order of plates for the glyph sequence is left, mid, right, the player on the right plate will get the brand. The first knight should spawn on the left, and the second one should spawn in mid. There are 2 knights because you can extend this twice. After damage is over, the Warpriest calls upon the Oculus and will attempt to wipe your team. Stand behind one of the 3 obelisks to survive. This means you have 4 damage phases in total, as it will consume 1. When an obelisk is gone, it will now show a red flame when it is next in the glyph sequence. Repeat these mechanics to complete the encounter. For challenge, your team must grab the brand claimer and claim the brand within a few seconds. You can kill the Blight Guard and leave the claimer on the ground for as long as you want, but as soon as you pick it up, you have around 3 to 4 seconds to claim the brand. Otherwise, you fail the challenge, and you must do this each and every time. My team found it easiest to always drop down mid to deal damage. If the knight spawned on the right or middle sides, we would sit towards the right while dealing damage and then time when stealing the brand. This made it so that if the knight was on the very right, you could just barely kill it and steal the brand in time. Then when the middle knight spawned, this was actually pretty easy because you'll be right near the brand. But when you need to kill the knight on left, things get a bit tight. We would sit in this spot for damage so that the player could quickly drop down and steal the brand after killing the knight. The hard part after successfully doing this is getting behind an obelisk. We would prioritize going to the right and left obelisks first. If we were on the right side when the final knight was killed, we would use the right obelisk, and if we were on the left, we would use the left obelisk. For this one, we would need to leave a few seconds early to hop up, and we would save mid for last because this was the easiest to use, so if we made it to this final obelisk, we had the challenge in the bag. Once again, if this guide does help you out, make sure to drop a like and sub down below. As always, have a good one. Peace.